But anyway, we're about to start. This is Come Be a Kid with Us. We're sorry that you cannot be here with us physically, but that's okay. You're here virtually. Later on, we will do a short presentation, and then we'll be asking questions. And if you have questions, feel free to type it in, and then I'll answer it for you. I will actually be back in like 10 minutes where we get to start with the presentation. It's about like 15-20 minutes, okay? And if you come in later, that's okay, because this will be recorded and you can watch this later. So come back and see us.
Hi guys. Hello. We're on Facebook Live. You guys tell who you are.
Fantastic.
I'll start. I'm Dr. Diane Kelly, and I'm so excited to see and hear what we're going to do tonight and feel like a kid again.
And I'm Bill, and this is my wife.
Oh, wow.
And we're excited about being here.
See, it's fun to be a kid again, isn't it?
Oh,
I'm
hey,
excited about that idea.
I never got past 12.
Okay.
I'm still 12.
You got your juice box.
Yeah.
I got to color my name tag.
Yeah. Good deal. How are you? Hi, how are you? We're live on Facebook with Youth Village. You tell them who you are.
Hi, I'm Hillary. I'm with the Francis Roy Agency, and I'm excited to be here tonight.
All right. When's the last time you had the option of being a kid? Again.
It's been a minute, so I'm super excited.
Okay, and you are?
Hi, I'm Jenny McKeon with the Northwest Florida Daily News.
Oh, great. Well, welcome, guys.
Little activities. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you do while you wait.
All right, we're building up the momentum. Hi, guys. So what you guys to say hi to Facebook Live. Hi. Tell them a little bit about who you are.
Well, I'm Denise.
Okay, hi.
I'm Denise Long with Symphonia Gulf Coast.
Oh, wonderful.
And I'm Donna. I'm just a board member.
Those are the most important.
Go ahead.
They call me Miss Nellie, but I'm really Nellie Bogart. Okay. I'm the director, and we're having a fine time.
Okay.
AKA Superwoman. My name is Bob. I'm a board member as well.
Okay, thank you. Hey, ladies. We're live on Facebook. Hi. Tell them who you are.
Hi, I'm Miriam, the Cubs teacher.
All right. Uh-oh.
My name is Aaliyah, and I was recently hired to help Miriam with the Cubs.
Okay.
My name is Mariana, and I have the main room.
All right, we got people tuning in. If you have any questions for us, guys, as we prepare to get started, we would love to hear from you guys. We're having our Let's Be a Kid again. We're excited about the event and about what's going to happen with Youth Village in the near future, and you should want to be a part of this. It's going to be an amazing time. We're going to enjoy ourselves not only tonight but in the future. Just think about our children that will be impacted and things that will happen in the future in our community. We're going to build Block Center, where we're going to just do some building blocks on things that we're going to be doing in the community to try to uplift kids and put them in a positive life, positive environment. We're also going to talk about our literacy and just the effects that literacy have on kindergartners and pre-K, and a lot of things that's going to be coming forward with Youth Village. So we want you to just kind of hang on in, get comfortable. Hello, how are you? Are you guys? First, I want to say hey to Facebook Live.
Hey, Facebook. I love Facebook.
How are you?
How about you? Yeah, how about you?
Good morning, guys.
Doing good.
I know you were going to be here tonight. I spoke to them one other time. Sure.
Very nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's always not. Hi guys, how y'all doing? Can you tell us who you are?
How you doing?
Say it again. Oh, how are you? And how old are you? 8 years old. Okay. And who's this with you?
Yeah, lunchmates.
Your mom.
It was a round table we were at.
And can you tell us a little bit about why are you here or?
Well, my name is Oksana, and
Okay.
we're here for this event.
Yes, great. And when's the last time you were able to be a kid? It's been a while.
Yes.
All right, so we hope you come and you have a good time, okay?
8-year-old, so I might handle it. Yeah. Once they get 5th grade, I'm hey, how are you? I've seen you at some chamber breakfasts. Senior sons.
Hello,
Go ahead and have a seat. And my mom is actually Miss Nellie Bogar is going to come on up.
Everybody take a seat, please. Sit up nice and straight. Feet on the floor. This is clear. Put on your listening ears. Everybody listening ears. Be nice to each other. No kicking, biting, scratching. No, we won't. If you need to go to the bathroom, they're out that way. And don't wait until the last minute. You also know who you are. Okay, this is going to be fun. And so I'm going to turn it back over to your teacher, Miss Valerie. Give her a hand, everybody.
All right, we're going to do our welcome, but whoever's interested, you're welcome to join us on circle time on the floor. You are welcome. So if you guys want to do crisscross applesauce right here in front of me, you're welcome to it. Who wants to do it?
All right. Yes, you may.
I promise. Thank you.
Do you want to see Demetrius get on the floor?
Woo, 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 woo.
All right, for this one, this is a cool welcome. I know you guys mingled and talked with one another. But this is a fun little song, Heckety, Peckety, Bumblebee. All right, this one is a way to introduce yourselves, okay? So I'm going to go, Heckety, Peckety, Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? And then I'm going to point to you, and you're going to tell me your name, and then we're going to say it on your lap. And then your name, say it with a clap, and then with a whisper, and then with a shout, okay? I will point to you. If you say, I don't know, that is your name. All right, so you ready? All right. Heckety, Peckety, Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? Amy. Say it on your lap. Amy. With the clap. Amy. With the whisper. Amy. With a shout. Amy. Heckety, Peckety, Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? Bandy. Say it on your lap. Bandy. With the clap. Bandy. With the whisper. Bandy. With the shout. Bandy. Heckety, Peckety, Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? Jamie. Jamie. Say it on your lap. Jamie. With the clap. Jamie. With the whisper. Jamie. With the shout. Jamie. I'm going to get some of you back there now. Heckety, Peckety, Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me? With the whisper. With the shout.
I love it.
Heckety, Bumblebee, won't you say your name for me?
Dick.
All right, Dick, say it on your lap. Dick, with the clap. Dick, with the whisper. Dick, with the shout. Dick. All right, now what's next?
You are not nice.
And
that's his
next
name.
thing that we have is actually story time, okay? And then for those of you that's way in the back, that's a little shy and didn't want to join us on the floor, luckily I have the picture here, up here on the screen on the PowerPoint so you can see it, okay? But this is a book, and it is called Building Our Future Together. And this story is by, you don't have it in your bag, I'm sorry if you're looking for it. I didn't make copies of this. I have one. All right, and it's by Nellie Bogar and Valerie Bogar. Yay! I like that.
With the clap. Okay, no.
All right. And this book is dedicated to our children of yesterday, tomorrow, and today and tomorrow. All right. Once upon a time, there was a woman named Nellie Bogar. You're very enthusiastic today. Tell your mom and daddy how you've been behaving today. When she was a younger woman in her 20s, she dreamed that one day she would marry her prince and have a house full of children that she could love and care for. Well, he wound up not being her prince, but she, in fact, has one daughter. Me! Yay! When Nellie moved to Florida, she became a full-time realtor, but soon realized she wasn't truly happy with that career and wanted to do something more. That mommy dream was still alive and well. Nellie met a man named Jimmy James. Where are you? Who was at the time juvenile probation officer and was looking for volunteers. She lasted about 1 month as a volunteer and then told Mr. James that she wanted an after-school program. He told her about a grant that is offered to people who wanted to start after-school programs. She was shocked by all the paperwork involved in this grant, but Mr. James walked her through it. Even though it was tough, she hung in there because she knew that this was what she was meant to do. And by the way, Mr. James is now the vice chair of the board of directors after all those years. That was way back in 1999 when she started the after-school program in Niceville, and it was then called Youth Bring a Friend. Thank you. The program started out with only 4 children, and one of those children was Nellie's daughter, Valerie, me! All right, that's me over there, a teenager looking like, you know how teenagers are. Yeah, that was me then. As the days went on, more and more people started to hear about Youth Bring a Friend and sign their children up to join the program. Youth Bring a Friend was in a very small building in Niceville on Parton Drive, only about 900 square feet, with only 1 bathroom, and 1 very long table that all the 20 or so children had to squeeze into to do their homework. And sometimes we actually had to go next door into the sanctuary to do our homework because we couldn't fit. It didn't take too long before Youth Bring a Friend outgrew that tiny little building. They searched and searched, and an opportunity presented itself for them to move Youth Bring a Friend to Shalimar in a shared space on 2nd Street at no charge, with many other organizations. Several years later, the owner sold the building to what is now the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office. So Youth Village actually was there. And Nellie knew that once again she had to find a place for her kids. Youth Bring a Friend moved to 312 Pelham Road, right here. Yay! All thanks to Pastor Larry Bolden of Striving for Perfection Ministries, who let us use the building at a very low rental fee because no one was using their prior church at the time. Youth Bring a Friend changed its name to Youth Village because Nellie truly believes that it takes a village to raise a child. When she was growing up in New Jersey, all the neighbors helped watch out for all the children in the neighborhood, kind of like a little village. Youth Village program grew and grew, and soon became more than a safe place for children to hang out, do homework. It became a place for children to learn and grow and become future self-sufficient citizens of the community. Youth Village provides multiple services, including safe transportation to the center, homework assistance, access to computer and e-readers, nutritional snacks, group fitness and health sessions, educational and recreational field trips, and also field trips to theater performance such as the symphony and the ballet. Thank you, Demetrius. Yay! Youth Village also provides theater workshops and performances. We also provide shelter house workshops for students 10 and older, which includes workshops on character building, assertive instead of aggressive behavior patterns, plus respect for self and others. Youth Village also provides age-appropriate reading circles and an end-of-summer production with students as performers and stage crew. The summer of 2017 was the Lion King Jr. And the kids actually learned 4 different African languages over the 10-week summer camp and performed before over 300 people as their end-of-summer production. Yay. Also, during the Youth Village Summer Camp, we have many people from various occupations in the community come out to talk to the children on the many career opportunities available to those who will attend college, as well as those who will not, for whether by choice or circumstances. So we also tell them, like, not everybody can go to college. Some even, can go to trade school and stuff. So we also, show them about that. Some of our past presenters have been Chef Tim Crehan, attorney Lamar Connolly, and realtor Gene Daly. And we have another person who actually came out. We have the sheriff. He actually came out in the summer and talked to us. But one of Nellie's favorite stories happened in 2012 when she won a contest sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Nellie had to send a photo and write a proposal describing Youth Village and the programs Youth Village offers and where they would like to go if they would win and why. She gathered all the children together and came up with the idea of New York City. New York City! New York City! Nellie sent in the information, and within 2 weeks, she received a response. Nellie and the Youth Village kids won 40 round-trip tickets to New York City. The Youth Village kids got to spend 5 days and 4 nights in New York City. Most of the children at that time had not even been out of Okaloosa County. On the airplane ride, 2 young brothers, 8 and 9, were sitting together across the aisle from Nellie, and they were grabbing and hugging each other, saying, "Look, we're flying!" They didn't even realize they weren't even in the air yet. Yeah, we were still taxiing down the road. The children got to go to Ground Zero, and they got to see the Lion King on Broadway. They got to do a private tour of the city, rode the subway, rode the ferry to see the Statue of Liberty, and many other fun things. Wow. What a great time by all. Yes. Time marches on. Youth Village has been here at 312 Pelham since 2004. And we've outgrown the 3,000 square foot building. And once again, it's time to move into a much larger and permanent place for Nellie and her kids to call home. We were looking at places to renovate to call our new home. We had no success until we found our realtor Oksana, who came to our rescue. We looked at a building on Green Acres, and then a building on Carmel Drive, and then back to Green Acres, then a building on Hollywood Boulevard, and then we needed to refresh our memories about the building on Green Acres, so we went back again. We drove by many places, lots and buildings, but they weren't exactly what we wanted. So we went back to Green Acres, once again, taking our engineer with us, and he said, "Nope, keep looking." And that's actually the picture of Green Acres. She knows about it. We kept going back. We went places near and far. Then one day, Oksana then called and said, "You know, there is a place that you might like." She gave us the address, and we went and took a look. This is exactly what we wanted, and it was less than a half a mile from where we are now located. Just across Beale Parkway. My mother said, "Yippee!" Jumped up and clicked her heels and said, "Let's sign those papers." The property belonged to Mr. and Mrs. Ron Grissom, and they must love us a lot because they gave us a great deal, and we love them right back. Aww. Flash forward to the not-so-distant future. We're having a ribbon-cutting celebration with our sponsors and supporters, and of course, the children and their families. Because of the sponsors and supporters, we now can increase the numbers of children served to include 3- and 4-year-olds. And also double the amount of school-age children that we can keep safe while teaching them to become all they can be. The end. I hope you loved that story. All right, but now we have a little bit of participation with you. So I'm going to have my board, Miss Donna, to come on up here, and she's going to write some things down. Now, as you heard, we are more than just a daycare. You know, we're after-school summer camp, but we also provide a place for children to go. Some of you guys are moms and dads, grandpas and grandmas, right, out there? So, have you ever had to look for a school or childcare facility for your child or grandchild? Raise your hand if you have. This is participation. All right. So what were some of the things you were looking for? What did you want in that building? Okay, just let her know she's going to write it down. So who wants to go first? What were you looking for? Yes.
Safety.
Safety. Good. What else?
Good teachers.
Good teachers. Awesome. Anybody else? Sorry, I'm probably going too fast.
Plenty of bathrooms.
Yes, because if you haven't noticed, we have one female, one male bathroom back there.
Location.
Location, good.
Cleanliness.
Sorry.
Transportation.
Transportation and
Cleanliness.
cleanliness. All right.
Okay.
I'll stop.
I lost one here somewhere.
Transportation.
Transportation.
And
lo-
location.
Location.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can. You can
We have one back there. Valerie.
Yes.
Curriculum.
Curriculum. Good one.
Oh, you're going to test me curriculum.
You can do it. Yes, you got it. Yes.
A playground for children to play.
Good. Playground.
Awesome.
All right. Anybody else? Oh. Yes.
Nutritional snacks.
Nutritional snacks. Awesome. Anybody else?
Love.
Love. I love that one.
Very good.
I'm gonna use this one because I saw, a place where the kids really look forward to going there.
A place where kids love.
Welcome.
I was going to say engagement and inclusion.
Yeah.
Engagement and inclusion. I think that will go into feeling welcome. You need anything else, or you think that's a good list?
That's pretty good list.
Okay, I was testing it out. So what I have here is a list of things that we will have in our program and what we thought would be important. And we call it quality child care. And then, so one of the things was, we'll have at least the minimum required for licensing through the Department of Children and Families, which include, look what's the first one? Safe facility with security. What was number one over there? Safety. I'm pretty sure you know what you see in the papers and everything. Safety is very, very important. And that's what we want. We want the children to feel safe. We want the parents to be like, yes, I feel comfortable bringing my children here. And some of that has to do with the security that we have and also working with the Sheriff's Department as well, because we know that's very important. Health-related requirements, training requirements are filled by all staff and certified staff, so that goes along with good teachers. We want to make sure that they also have the experience and also have the knowledge how to work with the children in different situations. Nutritional snacks, that was on there. We have indoor and outdoor physical activities. That's what she listed.
Playground.
We have quality, developmentally appropriate activities. That's what you mentioned. Activities that help develop essential skills, build independence, instill self-respect. Include free play and organized activities. Allow dramatic play, painting, drawing, storytelling, music, dancing, exercise, and other varied activities. And I want to talk about this a little bit too, because a lot of times even in the schools, it's no fault of the teachers, it's just how it's going. But a lot of times the arts is going away and more focus is on, math and science, and that is very important, but we do need those other areas. And so we hope that our program, we know what's important in the schools, and we're hoping that let's do the things that the kids are missing in schools, So let's provide them, she's all nodding her head, yes, because she's been in a lot of our shows back there. So let's provide them with the drama, let's provide them with the music, let's provide them with the arts, let's provide them some of the stuff that they have been missing. And then also the other things that we talked about too was to develop skills to deal with, social interactions and stuff like that. Well, do you guys remember going to school and the cafeteria to find somewhere to eat and you're alone? How did that make you feel? Kind of sad. So we hope to help and instill it so they can feel confident, how to approach it. A lot of times we don't teach children proper social skills, how to approach, how to enter into play. So we hope to help with that. We also believe in quality caregivers, and to be quality caregivers, you have to be caring and to have love, and that's important. We also believe in communication with parents. A lot of times there isn't too much, so we hope to have that and have programs to help the parents and not feel like, we're talking at them. The main focus is we're not just here for the child, we're here for the family. And also help it to be affordable. And then we're going to provide a place for kids that's much younger. So what do you think about our list? Yay! So what's going to happen is, as you noticed when you looked around and when you entered, you see a lot of these kind of boards that list the stuff that we currently are doing and stuff that we will be doing. But we also have other things, and that's our science boards. Who remembers their kindergarten class a little bit and how it looked a little bit? Well, back then in the kindergarten class, in my kindergarten classes, we had like centers, and you had like different things to do. They don't have that anymore in kindergarten. Now it's just preschool, and then now they're focusing on testing and make sure they're right. One of my professors in school actually had like a list of showing what they have to learn by the end of kindergarten. And how it's kind of nerve-wracking sometimes for the teachers and for the kids. But they had centers. So we want to include that as well. So we're doing centers with you guys. And what centers are, you do activities based on the lesson. And what is the lesson that we had today, kind of? It was to learn about what? Youth Village. Yes, Youth Village! So the center has catered around Youth Village. And there's different ones. This one right here is called the Building Block Center. So you learn about what it's going to be in our building, what's going to be included in it, and then your activities, you get to do a little building. You have the little small Lego. Yeah, seriously, I want to see. I'm going to take pictures. You're going to have the little small Legos, and then you have the big ones, and I want to see what you guys create. I didn't have directions on like what it should be. It should be what you come up with, your creativity. Over here, we're going to have Miss Keisha's we're going to be over here with you guys. We have a book here that's the New York trip. And also the book I just read. But this is our literacy center. And this talks about the word gap. And it shows with children in different lows and different socioeconomic status and what happens when, how much words they learn and what they get. And this is just how their parents talk to them, based usually on their situation. But this talks all about it. I'm going to tell you everything. Then you're going to have an activity that has to do with words. You're going to actually have to read a word over here and then see how well you do. You'll see what the word is. It's kind of long. And then over here we have our sensory center. I have fun with that one. And sensory, that actually has to do with obviously your senses, with touch, with smell, with sight. And a lot of times people don't realize if you use your senses when it comes to teaching, you remember. Who's ever walked in a building and you're like, that smells like my grandma's place. And it brings back memories, right? So a lot of times when you do with your senses, you actually remember things. So a lot of times if you do activities that deals with different senses, it allows for the child to remember more what they're doing. So back here we have these cool little water beads, and I'm telling you, I play with this like all day today. I was just like going in there. So you get to go soar and play with that. And then of course we have snack dinner time, lunchtime, meal time. So you guys can go over there and have a meal, but feel free. I want you to go around, talk, mingle, and have fun. Oh, and in your book there is coloring pages. And then there's also little questions and stuff that answers about Youth Village. You can color, you can do like a little word search and stuff like that. So before I let you go, does anybody have any questions?
Estimated time of arrival in the new building? Or is that just like impossible to pinpoint at this point?
Good question. So we just got the we just got the lot. So we are hoping to start for the summer of next year in 2019. That is our goal. So we've already talked with our engineer and stuff like that, and then people who we're working with and stuff. We gave them a date. We're going. You know how it works. We have to go back and forth in the plans. We did get to see the first preliminary of the building already, so that's a lot of fun. So yes. Oh, it's located, okay, so when you come out here, this Beale right there, just right across from Beale on Duloft. It's right on Shady Lane, and it used to be where the old Shady Lane kennel was. Yeah, so that's where we moved into, and they're actually going to demolish it, but the thing is we still can use a little bit of stuff that's on there, but most of it will be demolished, and we'll redo that.
So the rendition, that's the rendition of
not necessarily, we changed it. That was our literally, that was our very first thought, but it's changing a lot because we keep thinking of ideas. But the next time that we will do one of these presentation, we'll have an update of exactly what it'll look like. It's changing a lot. Yeah. So yeah, it's really close by, a half a mile. So we get to keep our children. Oh. Yay. Any other questions? Does anybody have questions online?
No, they're just watching.
Oh, okay.
Do you have an idea of how many square feet you're going to look for when you can build the shelf and get it going?
Okay. Oh, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was going to answer that. He said how many square feet?
Yeah, just what's, what.
Okay, because this building is 3,000.
Right.
And so I just talked to the engineer yesterday, as a matter of fact. We originally said 6,000. Wow. But now we're going to have 2 stories. because Valerie's a theater person, so we're gonna have a 2-story building with a theater for the kids to rehearse and put on shows upstairs. This is gonna be between 10 and 12,000 square feet. Wow. And he also said, because I'm also known as Impatient Nellie, I said, can we move this along a little bit, because we've been and spoke to Valerie's professor, supervisor? Okay. You know, okay. Okay. And she's here. So I'm trying to rush along because I am impatient, Nellie. They said possibly between April and May of next year we'll be ready. So we're moving it along. We're going to meet with some of them next week to move this along. So we're going to be out of here and doing great things. And one of my pet things I'll say is we come over there with the parent group. I don't know where the folders are. I'll talk to you about what we're going to do with the parents too, because we're bringing them into the family. Okay.
Fantastic.
And I'm done. It's back to her.
Well, you can ask any one of us questions. This is question Q&A time, so. Any other questions? And then if you don't have one now, that's fine. As you go around, the board of directors will be here to answer some questions as well. So if you want to just make up, yes.
Do you have an estimated cost?
Yes, right now we're looking at, we're thinking the estimate is $750,000, but that includes with the lot that we already purchased, so we already took care of that. But, well, sort of. But anyway, but like my mom said, we're adjusting a lot of times, and then we have some people volunteering to donate. Mom, did you want to talk about that? Donating her? Yes.
Oh, okay. Jane Solomon, who was formerly on the Destin Charity Board of Directors, she's working with us too, and what she's done, she's donating her architectural and engineering group for us.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
Yes, which is really awesome. So we're working with them. So they're doing a lot of the work. So they're going to come in and demolish everything and build over. And as we're doing this, we keep redoing the plans. But we're working on that. But Jane Solomon, who owns Bonaventure, I think, out of Dothan, Industry. She lives in Santa Rosa Beach, but she's headquartered in Dothan. So she's working with us a lot. She's doing a lot of her services and stuff, and equipment and everything. So it's going to help a lot. So that $750 is going to come back. It's going to help a lot. Like she said, also deduct from that is the lot, which we have the lot already. So it's going to be awesome and great. We're going to have all kinds of things going on.
Very doable.
Okay. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And she's definitely shown her resiliency. I mean, this has been since 1999.
Say it again.
Just the resiliency of Youth Village, you know.
Yes, been around. We're already in second generation. We've had staff
Yeah.
that went when I was in the program, which I was 12, 13 when I was first in it. And so I have my friend, she came back, she worked here, and then she brought her children in, so they were able, so now we're in second generation,
Yeah.
so we've been around for a while, and I have alumni group, and they're like talking, so we're planning on bringing them back. A lot of them are grown.
Yes. Well,
Your niece and your child.
Well, I've had a generation of kids to come through here. My kid came through, and he's a freshman at Fisk University, studying pre-law, and, you know, this was a foundation. We moved here and didn't have family, so to know that you can bring them someplace, and, you know, she was just like a grandma to him, and just picked him up, and just that village thing is what she's saying. And he, you know, graduated with honors, and he's doing great there. And then those two little girls back there are my nieces. So, I mean, we've had quite a few come through here, and their dad is a single dad, and their scholarships. So the donations and things that you guys get help them come. So it's just, you know, I give my time. They invited me to be a part of the board of directors.
Yes, that's our newest board member.
Yeah, and anytime she calls me and needs me to do anything, you know, I just feel like I have to. You know, it's my duty to. So.
And she's smart too. She's a teacher at Choctaw. That's why she has the literacy center.
She's
good at what she does.
Daughter.
Yes, I am. These right here, those are my adopted parents. They're not yours.
She calls herself her
You can have it too.
We'll give our students down here a hand for All right, well, go ahead.
One more thing. I just have to brag on some of our kids. One of our former kids is in Louisiana now. She's in pre-law. She's interning this summer with the mayor of New Orleans. And another one of our girls, Marcella. Yeah. Marcella's not here tonight. She just got inducted. She's 13. She's turned 13. She's been inducted into the Junior National Honor Society.
Wow.
Wonderful. I've got both her sisters here. Yeah. So this is an awesome family. We've got some awesome kids. And I'm trying to think. Oh, Dee Dee and her sister Trinity. Trinity is going to intern this year for a golf scholarship. She's also a golfer. We've got some kids that we're going to bring them back. We're bringing them back. Yeah. That's it. So if we go away, we're trying to keep the kids here in the community and not get their education and go away. We want to bring them back here where they started and help here.
That's right. And even like she said with the arts, because Dee Dee, who was a little prima donna for, what was it here, she
played in a lot of the shows.
Yeah. She started right here as well.
She's in college now too. On a theater scholarship, right? Yeah, so we're bringing them back home so they can, be good citizens of the community.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm finished.
Oh, no, it's fine. We work a lot. We work together.
You all know each other? Nellie, you birthed this, so you have the right to do that. And
yes, I do.
I can't applaud you enough. What you're doing is so amazing.
Thank you. I love what I'm doing. Like she said, I still have my house full of kids for as long as I can.
That's wonderful.
I have my house full of, my grandbaby is in there too. She's eating and watching TV, so I'm not going to bother her.
I wouldn't have had any presentation if she was up here.
All right. So as you walk around with this stuff like that, I said, please eat this food. Because there's no school next week, so we can't send it home with the kids.
Oh, is that where you're going to go? Oh, my.
All right, good questions. You were good students.
Get an opposition. Yeah.